What's up, Facebook? Just want to share a brief, why do I say share a brief video? I'm just going to talk to you guys. So, I feel much better today, but yesterday was not so good. I had posted, I'm just going to keep it 100 with you guys. I had posted a picture of me and my daughter, and we look like twins, and I'm going to post that picture on here. I'm sure I have to get her approval first. But I posted a picture of her and me, and we do look like twins. And I didn't get that many likes or that many responses to my picture. We got about 28, not more than 30. And so yesterday when I came in from work, and that was a few days ago. And yesterday when I came in from work, you know how you look on your Facebook page, see if anybody said anything to you, if you need to respond to anything. That's what I was doing. And immediately a post of a friend of mine and her daughter came up, and it was a picture, you know, they look alike, and she called her a twin, which was cool. But what I noticed immediately is that she had 240 responses to her picture. And it caused me to pause for a moment and think about myself. And I started thinking, I was like, why does that always happen to other people? You know, we have similar friends. She's my friend. You know, they don't even comment on my posts. And I started just thinking about like YouTube, of course, here on Facebook, on my other page, which is Nana Mama. And I don't get that many responses from, now I do get a few, and it's just a few that I normally get reviews from or responses. And then the other ones, I don't get anything. And it started me to think really bad about myself. I started thinking, who am I? Why? I started to even post, I'm not enough. I hate that I'm not enough. What do I need to do? You know, I started really going down in this spiral and feeling really bad about myself. Like, why do other people I'm doing something good, at least I thought I was. Why does other people seem to get more likes, more views, more comments, more approval? Why don't I get any approval? I really started having feelings about that. And that was just a few days ago. Don't forget, a few days ago, I was reading in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 28, words in 28. And I'm just going to read what it talks about. It spoke about how Lucifer wanted to be more than what he was. He thought he wasn't enough. And it says in that scripture, it says, your heart was proud because of your beauty. You corrupted your wisdom for the sake of your splendor. In the Bible, so I looked up the word iniquity. Iniquity means corruption, perverseness, or deep moral failing that goes beyond a single act. It refers to a twisted or crooked. So yesterday I found myself wrestling. I had to write it out, guys. I found myself wrestling with feelings of inadequacy. I was comparing myself and thinking of how less others think of me. Like I was thinking I'm not enough. I thought about posting a picture of myself in how I was feeling, which was sad and inward. I did. I was becoming kind of soiled. I'm writing to you what I did. I saw a photo of a mom and daughter who had more likes than I did on a post with my daughter. I was like, what's going on with that? Why don't people choose me? Then I started praying, which I did. I went to God and I was like, because there's a scripture that says, lean not to your own understanding, in all your ways acknowledge God. And I really did want to get out of the funk. I didn't want to feel like that all day long. And so I started to seek God for wisdom. I was still feeling bad about how I was thinking, but I started resisting those thoughts. And I was thinking on what was lovely, because I said to myself, this ain't even lovely. Is it true? It ain't true that I'm not enough. And Was it lovely? Oh yeah, and I was thinking I wasn't enough, and then I remembered that scripture that Lucifer thought he wasn't enough. He wanted to be brighter. It was the very reason he fell. I started feeling better knowing that I am loved and that I won't ever be forsaken. What brought me to this awful place is the thoughts of the few likes that I get when I work so hard for the approval. But guess whose approval I was looking for? The approval of man. If they like me, then I'm something. That's what I was thinking. Because others were approved by many followers or fellow friends, the question became, what am I not doing? Is there more I could do? I also thought about my community, and even closer than that, my neighbors, and how difficult it is to fit in or be invited. Because we don't get invited a lot of places. Are you like that? Do you get invited to a lot of places? Do you have a lot of friends? Or do you feel included? Or do you feel like me, where sometimes you do and most times you don't? Most times I don't. Then I recall the story of Gideon and the few against the majority. And Jesus was the only. And so was Paul. And Joseph and Abraham and many others were singled out. Yet God used them mightily. Perhaps I'm hidden for such a time. But when, where, and how? It isn't my concern. What's satisfying is knowing I'm loved. Another key note is how often I think about what I don't have instead of all that I have, which is enough. Ha ha, the trick of Satan, the lust of the eye, because I was thinking about what I didn't have. I was thinking about I wanted that. The lust of the flesh, feeling like inadequate, like maybe I should do this. And then the pride of life, which is, well, maybe if I do something stupid, maybe if I look sad, they will like me, or they would feel some type of compassion, or maybe they would feel some type of emotions. Maybe I will become somebody. That's exactly what Satan wants. But I didn't. So the lust of the eye, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life, considering if I did this or that. Sounds familiar? Yes, it does. Every prideful thing stems from the fall of Satan. He is sin nature. That thought is seductive and would easily separate me from God, because he was separated from God, period. And whenever we fall, or whenever we think of ourselves, or when we go inside of ourselves thinking about I'm not enough, or I'm inadequate, or God doesn't love me, or nobody loves me, and we know that's not true. If you start thinking about what's true and what's lovely, you'll find out that you are loved by more than your mom and your dad, or more than loved by your sister and brother. You're loved by more than just that. But the enemy almost got me with that one. And I believe it was because I was talking about that scripture. I was thinking on that scripture, meditating on that scripture, and then I forgot about that scripture. And I started thinking about how others may perceive me. And then I started perceiving myself perhaps the way I thought they was. And none of that was true. But what I need to always remember is that God loved me, and his love is enough. He created me in his image. He loves me fully, without a shadow of a doubt. And his love covers me. And I forgot about that for just a moment. I started thinking about other people, man, and that separated me from God for just a moment. So I hope that my feelings and whatever I'm going through encourages you. But he got me out of that funk, and I thank him. There's a scripture that talks about how when we seek God, we'll find him. And if we ask, he'll answer us. And he knows what we're thinking. So let us always run to God with our thoughts and our feelings, so that he can fix that bad feeling that the enemy wants us to feel, and remind us of how much we are loved because he sent his son. May God bless and keep you, and you'll see me in my next video. And I won't stop encouraging others because God is encouraging me. God bless and keep you.